Good evening, friends. Dave here from Waxsonville. How's everybody been? It's been about a week since my last video. I was coming home from work last Thursday, and on my way I stopped at a Goodwill and my favorite thrift store after that on the way home, and I had about $10 cash on me. So I went in the Goodwill and found a couple albums. First one I found was Chad and Jeremy, Best Of. They were a British Invasion duo. Kind of like, I got some writing on it. They were kind of like the British Simon and Garfunkel. Kind of like, then they had a few hits. The only really song that I ever heard from them was a summer song, which is a kind of a laid-back pop song. As they went on in the 60s, they got a little bit more psychedelic. Next one I got was, I actually didn't have it. I see this all the time, but I didn't have it. This is a great what looked like a great copy of the Best of the Bee Gees. You don't find good copies at the Goodwill, but I should have. Usually when I'm at the record stores, I always take them out and look at them. But what I found was it wasn't actually the Best of the Bee Gees. It was the Bee Gees though, but it was the Bee Gees Cucumber Castle album. So evidently, I know what happened. They had their Bee Gees albums out. They put them back in. They put the wrong one, something. Yeah, I'm sure we've all done it before. But yeah, I'll have to start looking. But I've actually listened. I listened to this album the other day, and it's not a bad album. Cucumber Castle, I think it was 68 or something like that is when it came out. And yeah, so I had, they were $3 for $1 at Goodwill, so I wanted to find something else, get my money's worth. A dollar's a lot of money. So I found this thing. I did not know what to make of this. It looked like it was in pretty good condition, though. That was the first thing that I noticed. Never heard of. At first, I didn't know if the band was Sunset or whether it was Carolina. This is what the back looks like. I thought it might have been a private pressing, something like that. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I got home and went on Discogs. It was kind of hard to find information about it, but apparently one guy has got a copy of this on Discogs for like $75. And what this is a tax scam record. They made these tax scam records. There's the label. They made these tax scam records where the investor would invest in some musicians or what he thought were musicians, and then the album would bomb and he'd write it off as a tax loss. So that's what these are. This came out, I think, in '77, according to the information. But there's only I can't find a lot of info. It sounds like the Marshall Tucker Band, if the Marshall Tucker Band weren't any good. It's kind of like country rock, and actually, ironically, the Marshall Tucker Band actually has a song, or maybe it's an album called Carolina Sunset. So I don't know. I'm gonna sit on this. I'm definitely gonna sell it, but I don't know if anybody knows anything about this that I don't. Appreciate to hear from you. But it is. Let me give you another shot of that label. I don't know what it is. It's not very good though. I mean, it's the music anyway. It's pretty generic. Southern rock. I actually, at one point on the internet, I saw that somebody said the guy that sings on it is in the movie 9 to 5, and he was the guy that played Dolly Parton's husband. Now, I've never seen 9 to 5, and I know if I did see it, I'm sure I would not remember Dolly Parton's husband. So, the Association, a great 60s psych local band. I went to the, after I picked those three up, I went to the thrift store. Here's the back cover. Back cover is kind of cool. Front cover is really cool too, very psychedelic. And this was $1. Actually, it was $2, but the day I came there, I always go there, it's they have half off, so this is $1. It sounds great too. Yeah, pop psych. They were a really great band. Next one I got, this was $1 also. Hugh Masekela, Latin jazz trumpeter, at home in the studio. Hugh was really popular with the Laurel Canyon rock scene. There's a back cover, that's pretty cool. He hung out with the rockers at Laurel Canyon. He was even on the Byrds album Younger Than Yesterday. That's him playing trumpet on So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. That's Hugh Masekela. Good sounding album, no skips or anything on it, perfect copy, not bad for $1. Next two I'm slowly filling out my animals collection. First one is Eric Is Here. Now at this point, it was basically just Eric Burdon solo albums. I think the only original animal was maybe the drummer or something. And he's got an arranger on this album for some reason. And as you can see, he does some covers. It's not a bad album, a little bit scratchy, but this was only $1.50, I think, after the 50% off. It was $3, but 50% off. And, it's Eric Burdon too. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, like they say. And speaking of that, the last one on my shopping spree was the Animals on Tour. Now it says it's on tour. I was under the impression that it might have been a live album, but it's actually not. I don't think it is anyway, because I don't hear the audience in between tracks. But it sounds great. It is kind of brittle though. That's why I keep it in the plastic. But the vinyl is very good, and this was also $1.50 for it's 1964. At this point, they were actually doing the exact same thing that the Stones were doing in '64. Rhythm and blues, and yeah, it was a pretty good day. I spent $6 and got all these albums, and kind of a mystery. I've got a mystery going on. So yeah, it wasn't bad at all. And with that, I will let you all go and say adios until we meet again later.